Okay, this video here is to go over the enrollment forms for 2021 and 2022. This particular video is geared especially for the sophomores, and we can see that up top, sophomore enrollment form. So there's three forms you should have in front of you that you'll get. The first one is your personalized pre-enrollment review. Your pre-enrollment review has all the courses you've completed through Block 2 and shows the courses you are currently taking. So I don't have that form, obviously, because I'm not a student. Each individual student will have those. And then that way you can kind of go through and see what you need for specific courses. So the upper right-hand section is where you can find your current cumulative grade point average, along with the number of units completed so far. As a reminder, you earn 2 units each block. If you count more than 6 Fs, on your pre-enrollment review, you'll probably need to discuss options with your counselor at this time and sit down to enroll with them specifically over those few questions there. Okay, so the second form is the actual enrollment form, which is this one right here. So obviously you can see student name, put your name on that. And then we'll show you the third form, which is the list of courses that you can choose from the elective section. So let's take a stab at this one here real quick. Obviously, sophomores get the options, or really in the core section, you're going to have English. And so you're going to pick between English 2 or Honors English 2. So that way you can figure out if you want to go a little more advanced, pick the honors class. If English maybe is not your strong suit, then maybe just go with the regular English 2. Okay? And then we're going to look at math. And we're going to bring on Mr. Crowder to talk about the math courses that will probably pertain to you best. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
Okay, this is basically the progression you're going to have to go. You're going to have to take a math class your sophomore year and your junior year at a minimum. And so if you completed algebra and algebra 1 with credit, then you will go on to geometry. If you have already done geometry, then you will go on to either Intro to Algebra 2, and those will be for people that maybe didn't feel so good about how they did in Honors Algebra and Honors Geometry, or Honors Algebra 2. And basically, this is a one-semester class. We recommend this for people that made an A or B in Algebra 1 and Geometry. If you've already completed Algebra 2, then you'll need to for sure take Honors Algebra 3. Any sophomores that have completed Algebra 2 will have to take, any soon-to-be sophomores that have completed Algebra 2 will have to take Algebra 3 and Pre-Calculus at a minimum. And so that's where you're sitting right there. If you want to double up, you may double up this year, but be aware that your junior year you do have to take a math. You cannot get done your sophomore year. So I'm just going to back out of here. As you get on in your years, there are some options to not do math at school, but maybe do math at Rose State or another college to get college credit. Talk to your counselor about those options, but those start junior year.
All right, so there you have the math section. So you circle the 1 or 2 if you're doubling up for those. And then we move over to social studies. So we have world history or AP world history. AP is advanced placement. And so if you're really into history and want to know even more in-depthness with it, possibly take the AP test, potential college credit, depending on how you score with it and depending on where you go to college, that is an option as well. And then finally, your science, pretty much locked in at biology 1. Okay, so those are your basic core classes that you have to take in order to graduate. Now we're going to go down here to these electives. You see there are 4 options there for the electives, and then you have 3 alternates there. Obviously, very important: student signature, parent signature, counselor signature. All those will need to be signed before you finish this off. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to look at our elective course, which is the third paper you'll have that we talked about. And it's going to look something like this. So you'll see sophomore course list 2021, 2022, and then there's all the classes all together. And so your electives would be in the sports area, and then all of this on the right is all your different options there for your sophomore year. okay? And so again, you're going to want to pick 4 of those and then do 3 alternates, okay? And then obviously once you do all that, get with your counselor, then you'll be done, okay? So we're gonna talk next to this is the brick and mortar in school form, all right? So we're gonna jump over to the Edge. So if you're interested in Edge and doing it online, it's going to be pretty much the same thing, maybe just a few exceptions. And so what we see here, obviously student name again, English 2, and again with the math, you got geometry, intro to algebra 2 and algebra 2 or algebra 3. Okay, so just like what Mr. Crowder talked about with the math courses, those are what you'll be looking at there to figure out what you need for math at Edge. And then in social studies, you only have the world history option and then the biology option. Okay, same thing with you guys. You have 4 options here for electives, write in 4 and 3 alternates, sign, all that stuff there. And then I will put up the,
When I was going to interject at this.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
At this time, no, just leave that on there. At this time, our Edge does not have any honors or AP options, and so this would follow in the math thing. This would follow here, and so if you want to take more math, you would have to then move on to either taking it at a college, or you would have to take honors algebra 3 before you moved on at our high school. But if you're staying all Edge, this is a end class that you take your junior year, and you'd have to go basically take rows to do any more math credits.
yeah. Okay, so sorry this didn't print out the way we wanted it to, but I think you'll get the idea. Let me lower that some. Okay, so we have online electives over here. You'll see in-person only elective courses. Okay, so this is what's only in person. So you could do some of those. So for example, if you want to take my TV production class, you got TV production 1, TV production 2, you have to take that in my classroom at the school. And there are others, drama, choir, that you can still be an Edge, but then you can come to the school to take those specific classes. Obviously, all the sports are the same way. So just make sure you know which ones are on campus in person versus the ones that you can do just online only, okay?
And yeah, I was going to point out up here, again, you see these honors classes appearing. Those are in person only, so you can be Edge everything else and then come in person do these honors classes. So if your goal is to be high in different sciences or maths, you're going to have to take an online in-person class to further yourself in those areas.
Okay, so I think we've covered everything that you need to know about the sophomore enrollment form. This one, again, was for high school. This one for Edge. So just make sure you have the proper one, depending on if you're Edge, it'll say Edge on there. If you don't want the Edge form, make sure you don't have the Edge listed above. So hopefully that answers all your questions about that. Obviously, get in touch with the counselors at the school if you need any more assistance, and good luck.